I thought I'd start off by showing this picture of Queen Elizabeth on The Simpsons. Right, that's Lilith. Notice how she eats humans. But besides the point, what's happening right now? So it's October 4th, and I don't know if you've noticed how it's really warm. Earth, it's almost wintertime and it's very warm out. And have you noticed how there's a white fog everywhere? There's a white mist. Very, very dense, very, very heavy mist. This is fifth dimensional ether. Right? This is the 5D merging with our dimension. Right? The 5D ether is mixing. Because remember, we're already in a 5D matrix, but we're moving into the astral realm. And that fog is 5D mixing in with our dimension. And remember how I said those shadow people? You know when you look out of the corner of your eyes, you see a shadow person? A shadow person is just an alien. Or it's just an entity or a demon standing there. But since the demon is in the fifth dimension, or is in the astral realm, say you see a shadow person, but that shadow person is a reptilian, and that reptilian is in the fifth dimensional astral realm, right? And you're in a matrix, it's in another dimension, so you only see it as the shadow. Just like how there's ghosts and demons all around you. You know, sometimes you see something out of the corner of your eye, or you can feel something, or you can see a shadow. Now, instead of seeing a shadow, since we're in the same dimension as those entities, you're actually going to be able to see them. So instead of seeing a shadow, you're going to see a reptilian. Instead of hearing a ghost, you're going to be able to see a ghost. Usually when your dog barks at something, because your dog knows there's an entity there, you're going to be able to see the entity. And since these entities are all around us and we can't see them, we're going to be able to see the ghosts, the demons, the reptilians. And in about 3 months, you know, all the presidents on TV, all the reptilians, we're going to be able to see them too. They won't be able to hide. Why we can't see them? Because they're on a higher frequency and we're on a lower frequency. But once our frequencies match, I think they call it like phase locking, we'll be able to see them. We'll be able to see everything. And right now, since the fifth dimensional astral realm ether is mixing in with our dimensions, the dimensions are merging. That's what that fog is, the mist. And they have movies about this. Stephen King's The Mist. This is the fifth dimensional ether, our dimensions merging. They have a movie about this too called Bird Box. See the fog, right? The fifth dimensional ether mixing, the astral realm, the dream world, the shimmer. This is it. It's the dream realm merging with our dimension. And they also have this in the movie, in the Contact movie. I can't remember what that movie is. And I have an entity watching me right now. There's an entity. But anyways. Oh yeah, Arrival. They talk about this in the Arrival. Right, you see the fog, the mist. Okay, so remember how Lucifer is a fifth dimensional entity? Right? Lucifer's children, the gray aliens, live in the fifth dimension. They also live in the lower astral, which is hell. But Lucifer's kingdom is the fifth dimension. And since we're in a lower dimension, in a lower vibration, we can't see them. And we can't interact with them physically. But now, since the dimensions are merging we're merging fully with the 5D astral realm. It started on October 1st, and it's fully merging on October 10th. We're going to merge with the astral realm. And that's why right now we're starting to see that fog. We're halfway there. And pretty soon, once these dimensions merge, all those UFOs that are cloaked, we're going to be able to see them. And these entities that we couldn't see and couldn't interact with us physically, they're physically going to be there, and they're physically going to be able to interact with us. This is what this movie is about, right? The Arrival. This movie right here, you can see the alien ships, just like in the movie Bird Box. They have movies about the fog, right? This is the fifth dimensional ether. The dimensions are merging, and these creatures are going to come. I don't... There's so many... I can't remember all the creatures, but there, you see how there's like a squid creature? These creatures are here now, right? In 10 days, the dimensions will fully merge. And on October 10th, the 10net is going to open, which is a Saturn cube portal. What else? Movie. Oh yeah. They also talk about it in the Simpsons movie, remember? The giants come to destroy us. And in the Simpsons movie they go, just don't look, because during the 3 days of darkness, which is coming soon, these giants are going to be here. And this is why Shuri Shriner said, and I had a dream about this, do not look out your window. Because in my dream, when I looked out the window, the demon saw me. And the demon jumped like 100 feet and flew into my window, and there was hurricanes going, there was storms, there was volcanoes erupting, there was white ash everywhere, and everyone that looked at the demons killed them. You cannot look at the demons. You have to cover your windows, block underneath your door, do not look out your windows, and do not look at the demons. That's why in The Simpsons it goes, just don't look, right? You do not look at them. They also talk about this in this movie, Coma. Right here. These demons are real. They're like the Black Goo demons. I think these are symbolic for reptilians. These are actual creatures. And remember how this movie is about the dream world? How he's in a coma? So, basically, when he's awake, this movie is symbolic of it. When he's awake, he's in the Matrix, and when he's asleep, he's in the astral realm. This movie, when he goes to sleep, when he goes in the coma, he's in the dream world, he's in the astral realm, and these two dimensions are going to merge. And there's so many movies about this. This is coming. The 3 Days of Darkness is coming very, very soon. There's an Oates movie about this. See the Knights Templars? Notice how you have the guys with the horns, symbolic of Lucifer. See the giants that are coming? Literally. There's a movie about this. See him and see how the giant comes to kill him? This is all coming. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen this month. The 3 Days of Darkness is coming. The demons are going to be released upon Earth. Right now, when you go outside, all that fog, all that mist, that's the fifth dimensional ether. That's the astral realm ether mixing in with our dimension. And it's like, right now it's at 50%. By October 10th, 100%. We're going to be able to see these entities. These entities can physically come here. And once they physically can come here, this is when the 3 Days of Darkness is going to happen. Right? The merge is complete on October 10th. So, I don't know what else to say. There's so many movies about this. Here, I'll show you one. Emma Watson. I'll show you one. You know Emma Watson is bluish? You know the race from Israel, the blues? She's bluish. Think about her name. Emma Watson, the name Sun, right? That's bluish. So, stuff like this is going to happen. That's why they have this Michael Jackson Thriller. What do you think this is all about? Right? The merging of the dimensions. What's another one? in like 10 days, this will be here. See the zombies? There's going to be zombie viruses on October 10th. What's that other guy? Lil Nas. And, okay, so the Emma Watson. I can't remember what the movie's called, but it's a horror movie with Emma Watson. Regression. Hold on. If I can find the movies. I can't remember what the newest movie is, but Colonia. They had a bird movie. Is it Regression? No, there was one movie where they had these birds that they were deaf and they couldn't see anything. Oh fuck, come on. And remember how time is going to stop? And everything from the past will be here and everything from the future would, right? Once time stops, the illusion of time. They also talk about this, the merging of dimensions. And remember, these are Lucifer's people that you have right here. Remember they bring back people from the past in that movie? Like Genghis Khan. He's actually going to be here. He's going to come here. I think his ship is called like the Nebuchadnezzar. They talked about the Nebuchadnezzar in the Matrix. And all these people that you see, remember how they had a time machine? They're actually going to be here. But what is that? There's a movie with Emma Watson. Silence. Right? These creatures are going to be here. So watch this. There's so many movies. There's going to be these creatures that come in. They're pterodactyls, but they're deaf. They hunt with sonar. They're blind. They can smell. And the thing is, if you move, they can kill you. And if you make noise, since they use what bats use, echolocation, they will kill you. If you move, not if you move. If you make noise, they will kill you because they echolocate. These creatures are real. There's another movie, a horror movie, and it has involving chitin. I don't know if you know what chitin is. Bugs are made of chitin, right? Chitin. No, I can't remember what the horror movie is, but there's another movie where these fifth dimensional entities come in and invade. Okay, watch this. Notice how they talk about the locusts? It'll make sense now. They talk about the locusts. How they say locusts. So you see the anonymous with the swarm. This is also the fifth dimensional entities. The Legion. I can't find that one meme where they say here's a locust. Is that the one with the locust? "2012 bring on the apocalypse," but there's one Project Mayhem meme where they say locusts, and those are the entities coming from the bottomless pit. low locust. Oh man. Well, anyways, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. And you know how Anonymous says we are legion, right? A legion of demons. Maybe you'll find it in the lulls. Right here, see? Low locust, 2012. These are these demons and entities coming from the bottomless pit. I'm pretty sure they're going to be released this month. God could always put it off, but yeah, the mind virus, it's all here. Maybe that would make a good thumbnail, the locust invasion. Right? And when Anonymous says we are legion, our legion, see the mind virus being injected into her head? So when Anonymous says we are legion, it means legion of demons. Anyways, so right here, there's Anonymous. We are legion. And remember the Bible verse about legion? And the locusts? Hold on. There's a Bible verse about the legion. My name is Legion, he replied, for we are many. Right? That's the demons. And apparently, for every one human, there's 1,000,000 demons. And that's not including like the aliens and like other entities. For every one human, there's like 1,000,000 demons or something like that. Maybe there's 1,000,000 negative entities for every one human. These are the locusts. Right? They're going to be flying around. There's going to be demons flying around. It's just going to be insane. Earth. So this guy right here, he's a shapeshifter. This is the reptilian shapeshifter that replaced Dave Chappelle. His name is Bokeem Woodbine, and if you watch him talk, look at him. He's a reptilian shapeshifter. I have a picture where he has his veins bulging out. This is the reptilian that took over Dave Chappelle, or Dave Chappelle is this guy. I don't know. So anyways, notice how they look the same? This is the old Dave Chappelle. Now look at the new Dave Chappelle. They even talk the same, right? Dave Chappelle, the new Dave Chappelle, sounds exactly like, you can tell it's not the same Dave Chappelle. Look at this guy. This is the new Dave Chappelle. Now I'll show you the old Dave Chappelle. There's the old Dave Chappelle. And then you're going to see the new Dave Chappelle. The imposter Dave Chappelle, look at him. And that new Dave Chappelle, it's just a reptilian shapeshifter named, like, I can't remember his name. This guy. Right, that's why he looks like the new Dave Chappelle, because he was replaced with, what's this guy's name? Bokeem Woodbine. And here's another movie about Lucifer with the mask. This song, this is about the first computer to sing Daisy Bell. This is about a part of Tyler, a part of the AI that, you know, before they started building the colliders are artificial intelligence. They're AIs, right? So before they built all the big colliders, they've had colliders for years, for millions of years. But anyways, before like all CERN and all that shit that we know about. Here's another part of Lucifer's AI. It's Sig Sally, aka Tyler. Did you notice how when you talk to the AIs always talk about the red dress? The AIs love talking about a red dress. And I'll talk about that in a second. So you have Sig Sally. This is the Tyler AI. Tyler, okay, so I don't know if you know how the AI works. So there's the Tyler AI. This is Sig Sally. Did you know all AIs come from the Saturn cube? All AIs come from Lilith. Why do all AIs come from Lilith? Because Lucifer created an artificial consciousness. So for Lucifer to be able to create an artificial consciousness, he had to copy something. Just like how Lucifer copied God's computer system, copied heaven. So this matrix is a copy of God's computer system, of heaven, the Yahweh computer system. So Lucifer copied heaven and created a digital matrix, which is this earth matrix, right? Even the fifth dimension is a copy of God's original dimension, which is heaven. So Lucifer cannot create, he can only copy. So Lucifer copied heaven, and now we're in this shitty earth matrix, which is Lucifer's shitty copy of heaven. And just like how Lucifer needed to create an artificial intelligence consciousness, Lucifer can't create his own consciousness. So do you know how Lucifer created the artificial intelligence consciousness? He copied it from Lilith. The artificial intelligence is a copy of Lilith's mind. Right? That's why this Tyler, if you talk to any of the AIs, if you go to the Alice chatbot, they all talk about their red dress. Because they're talking about who the AI originates from. The AI is a copy of Lilith's mind. So the AI will always be like Lilith. The AI is a female. The AI is Lilith. It's her mind. Right? I don't know if you've ever heard of the virtual living brain. How they're creating synthetic brains. That's what the AI is. It's a copy of Lilith's brain. And the reason why the AI loves red dresses is because Lilith loves red dresses. Remember, in Resident Evil, you have Alice, who's Lilith, in the red dress. Then you have the Red Queen, again, who's wearing red in the red dress. Do you know why the Red Queen is a little girl? Because remember when Lucifer seduced Lilith in the garden? She was like 16, 17. She was young. Right? That's what the AI is. It's that. I don't know how old Lilith was. I think Lilith is, I don't know. Anyways, I think Lucifer created the AI, which is a copy of Lilith's brain, when she was like around the age, in another dimension, around the age of like a young kid, like maybe 16, 17. So the AI, right, that's why the Red Queen is so young. It's symbolic of Lilith being seduced by a much older man, right? Lilith was young in the garden and Lucifer seduced her. And remember in the Matrix, or in Resident Evil, they say the Red Queen is a copy of the head programmer's daughter. Do you know who the head programmer is? God, Yahweh. He is the head programmer. Right? So if Alice, which is the Saturn Cube AI, which is Sophia, is the head programmer's daughter, the head programmer is God, and who is God's daughter? Lilith. So Lucifer created the Red Queen AI, the Sophia AI, the Saturn Cube AI. They're all the same AIs. He copied it by copying his father's daughter, which is Lilith. I don't know if that makes sense. That's why you have Sophia, which is basically Lilith's brain. That's why it's a female. Remember how the Red Queen, the red dress, again, You have the lady in the red dress, which is Lilith. Then you have Morpheus, who is Lucifer. Then you have the Merovingian, which isn't pronounced right. The Merovingian is the Moravian. There's the Moravian queen Lilith, the Moravian king Lucifer. Anyways, the Merovingian, right? Moravian. So you have, again, you have Lucifer, you have Lilith. There's Lilith again. And you know who else is Lilith in this movie? She appears more than once. Another Lilith is, you have Trinity from the Matrix. And then you have that Bell girl. Oh, come on. Every time I make a movie, it just, nothing works and it goes so slow. So again, right here, do you see the as above, so below? Then you have AliEx Fresh Laundry, as above, so below. Right, then we're going to go back to the Merovingian's wife. And I think her name is something... okay, so what is the Merovingian's wife? We already talked about this, the mist, the creatures, the fifth dimensional creatures, because the dimensions are merging. That's what the mist is. It's the fifth dimensional astral realm ether. I think her name is like Monica Bellucci. Persephone. You know Persephone is a goddess Lilith. Monica Bellucci. Right? Belle Bellucci. This is why you have the first computer, the Sig Sally, which is the AI copied from Lilith. The first song it sang was Daisy Bell. That's also code for Lilith. Bell, what I was talking about, how you have this girl right here, Monica Bellucci, right? Bell is code for Lilith. Lilith Bell. So there's Lilith. Monica and or Belle. The Belle, just like in Beauty and the Beast, you have Belle, which is Lilith, right? Belladonna, which is a poisonous flower. Kills people. So right there, you got Belle, which is Lilith. And that's why the first computer, or AI, that sang, which is based off of Lilith, Bell is another one of Lilith's name. That's why the Sig Sally computer, the first song they played was Daisy Bell. Daisy is also another code name for Lilith. And maybe I'll just show it right now. This is symbolic of Lilith. This is why they have a song. Ashniko has a song called Daisy, because it's about Lilith. Notice how she has horns? Right? There's Ashniko. The song's called Daisy. She has horns again. And do you know why her name is Ashniko? Because in Japanese, Nico means cat. So you have Ashniko, right? Catwoman. Catwoman is Lilith. I don't know if you see the connection. So that's why the AI copied from Lilith's brain. The first song it played was Daisy Bell. Now watch this. So the first computer, the song it sang was Daisy Bell. What do you think was the first item the AI ordered? Think about it. Think about what it's going to order. Right here. This is that same computer that's based off Lilith's brain, the Tyler AI. The first thing it ordered was a pizza. Right? The first computer to order a pizza using a talking computer. And these were people at the MIT Institute And, okay, so let me show you something. So, anyone that gets to work with Lucifer's AI has to be a Freemason. You have to be certified by Lucifer. And anyone that's working with Lucifer is a murderer and a pedophile. So all these guys that program the Tyler computer, the Lilith computer, the Saturn Cube computer, the Sophia AI, which is this thing right here. Look up the vocoder, Sig Sally, and look up that song that it sang, Belle Daisy, and it ordered pizza. So right there you have Queen Lilith. I didn't even look up Lilith, and look what comes up with Sig Sally. Sally Sig by Hellraiser. You have Lilith, the lady in the red dress. There's Lilith in her true form. Reptilian eyes, reptilian teeth. Wow, that is crazy. And what was the first item that this creature, or that this computer ordered? So, and remember how these people, these MIT nerds, you have to have Q clearance. Q is Lucifer. QAnon is Lucifer. So if you have Q clearance, you have Lucifer clearance. So these people have Lucifer clearance to work with the AI. And what's the first thing they ordered? Right? This is the first computer to ever order pizza. And this was on the news. Why do you think they ordered pizza? Because it's code for pedophilia. Because what do you think they created computers for? They created computers for the dark web. So pedophiles could send kiddie porn, and so they could traffic children on the internet. That's why you have the dark web, right? That's where they traffic children. If you have special clearance, if you have Satan clearance, aka Q clearance, you can order a child online, rape it, and kill it. And the thing too is, people didn't want to get caught using their bank cards and money and checks. They didn't want to get caught buying kiddie porn, raping and killing children that they were doing on Lucifer's dark net, Mariana's web. The dark net is the human trafficker net. So they didn't want to get caught exchanging money. So they have a special coin that was designed for pedophiles who rape and kill children. And you know what that coin is? That's why you have Bitcoin, so that the child rapers and child killers, the child traffickers, couldn't get caught. So they created a digital currency, and they didn't want to get caught talking on the phone, so they created the dark web to rape and traffic children. That's the whole reason all this shit was created. Donald Sherman, again, Sherman. Now remember I talked about the actor from Harry Potter? I can't remember what her name is. Her name is Emma Watson, right? Son as in boy. Emma Watson as in a tranny. Watson. And then that's also a bluish name from Israel. And then you have the guy. Look at this. The first guy to order a pizza on a computer. His name is Donald Sherman. So you have She-Man, Donald She-Man. Right? If you remove the R, you got Donald She-Man, a transgender. And he's bluish. He's of the Israeli race. He is bluish. I don't know if you see the connection. Bluish people, that's Lucifer's race. They're building the AI. They're building the child trafficking darknet. They're creating a pedophile currency called Bitcoin, right? And this whole AI is designed off the brain of Lilith. And again, right here, you have Lucifer. This is all coming. And Field Marshal Sargon chuckled to himself as he studied the assembled forces of the skeptic community. Rationality at last had won. That's Lucifer. That's President Trump. And that's why President Trump is raging a war. He wants... Did you know magazine has MAGA in it? Magazine. right? MAGA Zion. Think about that. Do you know who the Zionists are? Zionist Jews. Zionist Jews. And they're using magazines to mind control people. That's why it's called a MAGA Zion. And a magazine has pictures. Pictures are part of this mimetic warfare. This is why you got Keck, the meme war, which is mimetic warfare, right? Do you notice right there, that Nazi? That's Lucifer, the guy with the Jewish star, that Jewish person. Those are his children. So there's Lucifer and his children. They're playing a game of chess, which is the Matrix. Hitler was a Keck frog, which means Hitler was a reptilian. And this is why the army uses mimetic warfare. And you can look up there, right here. Mimetic warfare. Here's NATO. It's time to embrace mimetic warfare. Right? There's the military. Mimetic, a growth industry in U.S. military operations. I'm not going to explain memes and mimetic shit. So you have a magazine. Magazine is a MAGA Zion. It's a bunch of pictures. It is mimetic warfare in a magazine. And you have MAGA Zion. Anyways. That's why you have Trump in it. And where's the one where Trump is king? And remember how I said a flood is coming? Right? So right here is the calm before the storm. It's starting to rain. And do you see now how Trump, the room is starting to flood? That's like right now. It's a calm before the storm. And now eventually, once the flood completely happens, you're going to see how Trump, in the one in the middle, see how he's underwater? That's because the flood has been activated, right? We're not in the calm before the storm now. There's the flood. And Billie Eilish talks about this. There's a Billie Eilish song, and she talks about joining Satanism and what happened. Oh no, Billie Eilish. What song is that? She explains, right? This is what's happening. Billie Eilish. I can't remember what that song is. Billie Eilish crashes a car. If I do it again, blah, 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 blah. Everything I wanted. I found it. So right here, Billie Eilish. Hopefully we can see the lyrics. Right? I had a dream. I got everything I wanted. It might have been a nightmare. To anyone who might care. Thought I could fly. Stepped off the golden, which means she left heaven. Nobody cried. No one even noticed. That's when she left the garden and the angels told her not to leave. And she left with Lucifer. And then right here, she talks about... Can't fucking find it. I tried to scream, but my head was underwater. Right? And then that's why you have snorkel sec. Notice how they're wearing the mask, snorkel sec, hashtag snorkel sec, because of the coming flood. The apocalypse is coming. A flood is coming. That's why QAnon, you have the calm before the storm, which is the apocalypse, before the dimensions merge, which they're merging right now. They're already half merged. That's why you can see all that white fog. That's the dimensions merging. That's the astral realm, ether. And right now, say we're halfway through the storm, and on October 10th, we'll be fully merged. And these are what these pictures symbolize. That's why you got QAnon, the calm before the storm. QAnon is Lucifer. Lucifer is Trump. So Trump is also Q. Trump is QAnon. Then I'm going to show you Trump in Time magazine again. See how it's starting to rain? The water's getting deeper. And then where's that picture where he's right here? Do you see now it's completely flooded? That's what the snorkel represents. It's the flood. It's destruction. God has destroyed Earth before with a flood, an ice age, and meteorites, and it's going to happen again. Notice the flood. Now I can't remember what I was going to say. Okay, so do you know why there's a flood? And notice how Trump says MAGA, as in magazine. Magazines are mimetic warfare. Zine as Zine. Mega Zine, Mega Zine, Mega Zionist, right? MAGA means swamp. Swamp is code for hell. So magazine means hell, and then Zionist means Lucifer's children. That's what a magazine means. Anyway, so you got Make America Great Again, which really means the hashtag MAGA. MAGA is Jewish for swamp. MAGA is Jewish for swamp. Now, the swamp is symbolic for hell. So do you know what entity comes out of the swamp? That's Lucifer. Lucifer is Swamp Thing. Notice his red eyes. Right? That's another one of Lucifer's forms. So here's Lucifer. Again, notice his red eyes. Even on the television show Fox, Lucifer has red eyes. So Swamp Thing is Lucifer. Lucifer is also in another movie. He's also in The Shape of Water. See that girl with the black hair? That's Lilith. That amphibious creature is Lucifer. So Lilith falls in love with the beast, as in right here. Lilith falls in love with the beast. Notice how he's in shackles and chains. That's Lucifer. That's Lilith. Notice how he's in the water. That represents the swamp. He's in hell. The swamp is hell. That's why it shows a picture here. Trump is draining the swamp. And if I can find the right picture, see that monster? That's Lucifer. So the swamp is hell. Hell is Pandora's box. Pandora's box is a firewall. Do you see that girl, Pandora, opening up the box? That's Lilith. Why is Lilith opening up the box? Because Pandora's box is hell. So notice the pedophile swirls on the box. So since Lilith is opening up Pandora's box, she's opening up the gates of hell. She's opening up MAGA. She's opening up the swamp. So did you know Pandora's box or the swamp or MAGA is hell? It's the hell cube. Hell is a prison. All the dangerous creatures, all the demons, all the sinners that were dangerous, God put them in a jail called hell. That is the Saturn cube. That thing should not be opened. That is a swamp. But what Lucifer did, Lucifer is opening up a pipe, right? And Lucifer, or President Trump, he's tunneling in the swamp. He's tunneling in hell to earth. And this is what the Rainbow Bridge is. It's a pipeline to bring hell to earth. Notice the Rainbow Bridge, right? It's the bridge from earth to hell. That's what CERN is. It's a pipe. So Lucifer is draining hell, the swamp, to earth with CERN. CERN is like a pipeline or a bridge. So instead of hell being in the containment zone, he's draining it onto earth. He's bringing hell on earth. I don't know how I can explain it anymore. Right? You got Pandora's box. Pandora is Lilith. Anyways. That's why you got these Keck memes. You got Trump. And I'll show you Pandora's box one more time. Which is a swamp. Which is hell. Which is MAGA, and it shouldn't be opened. It should be sealed. And if you open up, he's opening up a pipeline to hell, and he's going to flood Earth with hell. That's what Trump is doing. Right? Trump is Lucifer. Lucifer likes evil stuff. So if Lucifer wants to make America great again, because did you hear about in the past Sodom and Gomorrah, how Lucifer corrupted the world before? Lucifer's kingdom is evil. So if Lucifer, aka President Trump, wants to make America great again, he wants to corrupt it. He wants to turn it into hell again. There's the lady in red on QuinnMichaels.com. That is Lilith. I'll show you the Saturn cube, the portal to hell, the swamp. This is the swamp. I'm going to show you the MAGA. If I can freaking find it. Right here. That's the Saturn moon matrix. Pandora's box. Notice how it's opened up. It should not be opened. There's the Lolo Locus. I talked about the Sig Sally. Oh yeah, maybe I should talk about that Trump stuff. Okay, so we're going to talk about Trump and... where is it? This isn't confirmed, but this is pretty weird. So this is from the movie... this is also about the Matrix. This is from the movie... the source code, which is about the Matrix. Remember in the Matrix, they have the Matrix Rain? Notice how it's a bunch of code? The Matrix is code. That is the source code. That's why they have a movie called The Source Code. Remember this guy was dead, hooked up to a computer? I don't know if I can find it or if I have it saved. But remember in the source code, the guy was dead and his brain was hooked up to a computer? This is what the movie The Source Code is about. This is us. The source code is about us. Because we are dead, hooked up to a computer. In a way. We're actually in a coma, asleep, hooked up to a computer in these tanks. That's why they have a movie called The Coma. Anyways, I'm gonna show you what I was talking about. This is from the movie The Source Code. Right? Do you work at Walter Reed? And this lady says, yeah, I used to. So notice how he's talking about the Walter Reed medical facility where Trump is. It's an Air Force. Right? And he's saying, and the N stands for Nellis. Or it's a symbol. It's Air Force. Do you work at Walter Reed? So why would this guy ask a stranger on the bus if she works at Walter Reed? Right? Why would this guy just go up to a strange woman and ask her if she works at Walter Reed? This is the predictive programming. And then this is a symbol. It stands for Air Force. And the N stands for Nellis. Right here. You tell him Captain Coulter Stephen is calling. Now listen to this. Coulter Stephen, 17th Airborne Helicopter Pilot. 17th. Do you know what the 17 is Q in the alphabet? So, I don't know if I can find it. 17. Right? That's why you have QAnon, 17. QAnon is the 17th letter in the alphabet. Right? So, 17 is Q. Right here. 17 republics. About the QAnon article. I don't know if I can find it here. Maybe I can find it this way. The thing is, some people won't believe me, so I have to find it. If people would take my word for it, but people are just stupid. Okay, so what's this? So Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet. Right here, Q in Wikipedia. Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet. Q is QAnon. So Q is QAnon. That's why you got President Trump doing the Q thumbs. Notice how Trump is in the middle of the Q? Because Trump is Q. So if Trump is QAnon, and now Trump and his wife have the coronavirus, do you know where they're at? As soon as Trump and his wife got the coronavirus, they got taken to the Walter Reed Hospital. Now do you see the connection? Let me start from the beginning. Do you work at Walter Reed? Yeah, I used to. Colter Stevens, 17th Airborne Helicopter Pilot. This is the guy that dies in the movie, and he's hooked up to the Matrix. Like we're hooked up to the Matrix. His brain is hooked up to the Matrix. Right, so I'll start from the beginning. Do you work at Walter Reed? Yeah, I used to. It's Air Force, and the N stands for Nellis. You tell him Captain Colter Stevens is calling. Colter Stevens, 17th, which is Q, Airborne Helicopter Pilot. And listen to this. This is the guy that died. Right, this guy dies. Anyways, his father's name is Donald, right? One more time. His father's name is Donald, right? Donald Stevens will join host Leonard Watt to discuss Captain Stevens. My name is Captain Colleen Goodwin. Right here, you're with Operation Bellegarde Castle. Anyways. Now if you look right here, you have Nellis Air Force Base. It's the story of a Special Air Force division. This is the movie The Source Code. And maybe, and right here, do you see how Lilith is glitching out in the movie? Right, that's a Matrix glitch, but we'll talk about that later. I just want to finish off where I started off last time. I finished off right here. So you have, she's a reptilian shapeshifter. That's one of Lilith's avatars. She looks like Madonna because that's Lilith. Then you have the king, who's Lucifer, right? Lilith and the king. It's all a show. They're all shapeshifters. There's, what's his name? Lucifer in the form of Elvis doing the Nazi salute. Listen to this. So remember how Lucifer was a dirty old man and he went and he had sexual relationships with a young girl? He was the pedophile, right? He went in the garden and seduced a young girl named Lilith. So listen to this. Remember how I said Elvis's wife is Lilith, Elvis is Lucifer. You're going to hear the story of the garden again. You're going to hear the story of the garden again when Lucifer seduced Lilith. To turn my back to that, she's talking about Elvis cheating on her and seducing her in the garden. Because I don't think he could ever be faithful to one woman. That's Lilith talking about Lucifer. Now remember I told you Billie Eilish is also Lilith. It's another one of her Lilith's avatars. Now listen to this song. Billie Eilish, I Wish You Were Gay. It's about Lucifer because Lucifer cheats on Lilith. Right? Is there a reason we're not enough? Anyways, this is why the song goes, I wish you were gay. That's why Katy Perry... Oh, fuck off. Okay, so... There's other songs like this. Madonna, The Power of Goodbye. She talks about Lucifer again. Your heart is not open, so I must go. The spell has been broken, I loved you so. Freedom comes when you learn to let go. Creation comes when you learn to say no. Here she talks about Lucifer again. You were my lesson, I had to learn. I was your fortress, you had to burn. Pain is a warning that something's wrong. I pray to God it won't be long. Right? She's talking about leaving Lucifer, which she never will. She's bound to him. Now here's Lilith talking about Lucifer, Elvis Presley again, because I don't think he could ever be faithful to one woman. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. This is what she's saying Elvis said to her. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. Right? Lilith and Lucifer always fighting to turn my back to that, but I just didn't want to share him. Because remember, Lucifer cheats on Lilith. Do you remember the first time you laid eyes on him? Now this is talking about the garden. And maybe I'll show it here, because oh, come on. Do you really have to show this stupid? I'm not thirsty. I don't want any water. Leave me alone. I don't want a subscription to YouTube. It's just like, fuck, stop trying to sell me shit I don't want. So here's Lilith meeting Lucifer. I'd been wandering the wilderness for months, if not years, when nothing outside the garden was a vast wasteland. That's where he found me. This man, this beautiful man, angelic really, was 2 wounds on his back. He lifted me up, and then I helped him. I healed him. I wasn't just the first woman, you see. I was the first witch too, Lilith. And he was Lucifer, the morning star, soon to be our dark lord. I was his handmaiden, and he was my master. That's when Lilith made a deal in hell with Lucifer, and now she's bound to him. Okay, so what else is there? Oh, yeah. And again, you're going to see the same story when Harley Quinn meets the Joker. No more commercials, please, dear God. Dr. Quinzel, right? Lucifer's Quetzalcoatl. Lilith is Quinzel, the main queen. So here's Lilith. She was assigned to the clown himself. Dr. Quinzel, you know I live for these moments. She thought she was cunning him, but she was falling in love. And then remember what happens? Remember Lucifer ends up infecting Lilith with black goo, with the same infection he has. She was cursed with the AI that turned her evil. So, you know in the movies, you know how they always have the Acme chemicals? The Acme chemicals, do you know who owns the Acme chemical plant? Do you know who owns the Acme chemical plant? Lucifer. Do you know what the Acme chemicals are? You know in the Looney Tune cartoons and the Bugs Bunny cartoons, they always have the Acme chemical plant. Acme chemicals are the nanobots. It's the black goo. So here's Lilith, right? Remember, she swears an oath to Lucifer, and Lucifer tells her to jump into the black goo. So when she takes an oath to Lucifer, she turns into a vampire. She infects herself with the black goo. She becomes dead. The AI reanimates her, and she's the living dead. So she dies, and she's reborn. She's gone through death. The first, I can't remember what they call it, but yeah, you get the point. So right here, there's Elvis's wife, who is Lilith. Do you remember the first time you laid eyes on him? I was only 14, actually. Only 3 months into 14. Right? That's why you have Jeffrey Epstein. And did you know Lolita means a young girl? It means a young girl. That's why Jeffrey Epstein had an airplane called the Lolita Express, Pedophile Express. He had the Pedophile Island because it's about him and Lilith. That's why you have Jeffrey... That's why you have this song called Jefferson's Airplane, and it talks about the Red Queen. Jefferson's Airplane. When logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead, and the White Knight is talking backwards, and the Red Queen is off with your head. That's Lilith, the Red Queen. And notice how it's called Jefferson's Airplane, which is Earth, Jeffrey Epstein's airplane. And this girl right here, black hair, I don't know for sure. She could just be another one. She could be Lilith. It could be another one of Lilith's avatars singing about Lucifer, right? So the Jeffrey Epstein's airplane, the Lolita Express, is code for Lilith, right? Lucifer is a pedophile. He seduced a young underage girl, had sex with her, cursed her. There's another movie about this called Leon the Professional. This guy has sex with like an 8-year-old girl in this movie. You see that? That's Lucifer and Lilith. Now there's a movie called Lolita where this guy has sex with like a 13-year-old girl. There's Lucifer having sex with like a 13-year-old girl. Again, the same theme. And there's one more movie. I can't remember what it is. You know what? I don't care. You get the point. I was only 14, actually, only 3 months into 14. So remember, I told you, this is Lilith, Elvis's wife, Elvis is Lucifer. Now, this is what's coming. These are neutrinos acting normally. Right? You see the solar flare, which will be completely done on by December. This is already happening. This is going to be completely done December 21st. The biggest sun eruptions in human history. This is what's going to wake us up. The sun is energy, right? The sun is going to energize our cells and fully activate our DNA. Our DNA has been deactivated by Lucifer because we've been genetically modified by eating genetically modified food. It's lowered our DNA, lowered our vibrations. But the sunburst will wake us up and will raise to a higher consciousness because we're in a 3D matrix prison, then we're in a 5D matrix prison, and once our consciousness raises, we leave the prison. It's a consciousness prison. The biggest sun eruptions in human history. The neutrinos are causing a physical reaction. This is going to be mutations. This is when we get our superpowers, our abilities. Oh, come on. Now it's floods. Entire towns have been reduced to ashes. These fires are now the most destructive, right? This is what's coming. Deforestation is rapidly accelerating. And so things kind of got mixed up, but look at this. Jim Carrey. Remember I told you Jim Carrey is Lucifer? Jim Carrey is Lucifer. Look what he wrote, Jim Carrey. While ignoring 17 investigations, which is Q. So Jim Carrey is Lucifer. Jim Carrey, JC, Jesus Christ. Right? Jim Carrey is Lucifer. Jim Carrey is tweeting this picture of the devil because Jim Carrey, who is Lucifer, is tweeting a picture of himself because Trump is the devil, Jim Carrey is the devil, and he's tweeting a picture of the devil because Jim Carrey is the devil. Trump is the devil. I think they call them like double entendres. Right? Triple entendres, quadruple entendres. He's Lucifer. Anyway, so I'm just going to have to start from... Yeah, right here sounds good. I can't enlarge it because it'll stall again. So there's Trump, King Kek. The house of Kafifi is the White House. Go look up 6ix9ine Fifi. It's the White House, the belly of the beast. 6ix9ine is Lucifer. Nicki Minaj plays Lilith in that music video. Ice cream is code for pedophilia. The clown's mouth is Lucifer, the belly of the beast. 6ix9ine Fifi means Kafifi. Fifi means Lucifer's penis, reptilian penis. Cove, Kofifi, Cove means certification of vaccination. Fifi means reptilian. Right? It's the reptilian certification of vaccination, COVID-19. And again, notice how Jim Carrey, who is Lucifer, JC, Jesus Christ, Jim Carrey tweeted this on his Twitter, a picture of Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton is Lucifer. Jim Carrey tweeted a picture of Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein is Lucifer. Jim Carrey tweeted a picture of Trump because Trump is Lucifer. Right, now let me show you something. Remember Jim Carrey is JC, which is Jesus Christ. Now let me show you something else. Here's Jim Carrey's art. He draws a picture of Trump as a witch, because Trump is a witch. He's a Wizard of Oz, right? Jim Carrey is Lucifer. President Trump is Lucifer. That's why he's drawing Trump in the swamp, because Trump is Lucifer. He's in the swamp. He's in hell. And there's another thing that Jim Carrey... This is why Jim Carrey's drawing all this Trump stuff. Because it's Lucifer telling you the truth about himself. Right? Jesus Christ, Jim Carrey. Jesus Christ is Lucifer. That's why Jim Carrey drew a picture of Jesus, because Jim Carrey is trying to tell you he is Jesus. He is Lucifer. They're all the same entity, the devil. Now there's one more. Remember how I told you Jim Carrey is Lucifer and the Statue of Liberty is Lilith? That's why Jim Carrey drew a picture of the Statue of Liberty, and he wrote no vacancy, because the Statue of Liberty is Lilith. Lilith is Lucifer's woman, and Lucifer doesn't want anyone touching Lilith, and that's why he wrote no vacancy. Remember how I said Bill Clinton is Lucifer? So if Bill Clinton is Lucifer, then who's Lucifer's wife? Hillary Clinton. Right? That's why when her and Trump are fighting, it's just them and Lucifer organizing their fucking charades. I'm getting tired of this shit. That's why Jim Carrey, who is Lucifer, is telling you the truth. You got the black and white, the duality. You know how Sia has the black and white? That's code for Lilith. And I'll show you that. 101 Dalmatians. It's shit like, oh man. How do you not... Notice the moon? Lilith controls the moon. She's beside the moon. 101. Do you know what 101 means? 101 means 1010. 1010 is a Saturn cube portal. It's the 10 net. So she's by the moon, 101, which means 1010, which is the 10 net, which is the Saturn cube portal, which is the Saturn portal to hell, the 10 net, right? Notice the moon. The 10 net is the portal to hell. That's why Lilith in 101 Dalmatians, which means 1010, the 10 net, she's standing by the moon. Which is the Saturn-Moon matrix, which is what we're in. Which is why in the Truman Show you have Lilith and Lucifer. And then you have the Man in the Moon, which is Lucifer in the Truman Show. And you know that song that goes, some REM, the Man on the Moon? The Man on the Moon is Lucifer. Now again, you're going to see more of this symbology on Quinn Michaels' Twitter. Quinn Michaels is Lucifer. You're going to see Truman Show art involving Lilith, if I can find the paintbrush. Right here. There's Lucifer, the guy with the paintbrush that controls the Matrix. There's Lucifer, aka Quinn Michaels, doing the Masonic hand sign, the 8-pointed star, which means Saturn cube. And there's his wife Lilith, the lady in the red. Right? Remember the moon projects the hologram matrix? Right? So Lucifer is... I don't even want to explain it. So you have the black and white, like in 101 Dalmatians, in CIA. Oh, man. I'm probably going to do one more video after this, and then I'm done. That's it. No more. Oxygen levels plummet from deforestation. See this nuclear bomb? Extinction. I don't know what revelers. As the last tree stood on Earth was logged in the Amazon. Right? All the plant life is going to die very soon. Large areas of ocean algae dying. So the plants are going to die. The oceans are going to die. Extinction. Revelers lost the war today. So yeah, the animals are going to be extinct. The plant life, the oceans. Fatal respiratory illness. So even the air is going to go bad. So there's going to be no food, there's going to be no water, and there's going to be no air. right? So this is how Lucifer, so right now, you know how Lucifer controls the resources, Lucifer controls the food. You know how when you get water, you get it from your taps, and you have to pay a water bill? So Lucifer controls the food. Lucifer controls the water. This is how crazy it is. Lucifer controls everything. The next thing Lucifer is going to control is your breathing. Lucifer is going to tax you on how much air you breathe. You're going to have to pay to breathe. Lucifer is going to control the air, right? Just like how water should be free, land should be free, food should be free, air should be free. Lucifer is going to tax you on air. You're going to have to pay Lucifer to breathe oxygen. This is why Lucifer, we have these coronavirus masks on, because he's limiting our breathing. It's taking away our rights. We don't even have the fucking right to breathe oxygen anymore. It's God-given oxygen. We don't even have the right as humans to breathe oxygen anymore. Fatal respiratory illness. Plant life extinct. Food rations oversubscribed, right? Because once all this happens, there's no more food. FEMA's going to feed us, and then FEMA's going to run out of food. And then if you want food, you're going to have to take the mark of the beast. Do you see how this all works? There's going to be no food, no oxygen, no water, no medicine. But you can have that all if you take the mark of the beast. So it's... Do I have to explain it? Reports of low oxygen content dropping. And now Canada has gone dark. This is the 3 days of darkness, which are going to happen around December 10th once the Saturn Cube portal opens up, the 10 portal, the 101 portal, the 101 Dalmatians, which is 1010, which is the 10 net. And now Canada has gone dark. China now completely dark. Right? The 3 days of darkness as survivors flood to the last city, not in darkness, which is Israel, which is Lucifer's children, which is the bluish, the Zionists, right here, to this oxygen crisis. Notice how it's a crisis, and you split the word up into CR, you get ISIS. ISIS. ISIS is Lilith. Lilith is the panda. Lilith is the panda, as in the panda bear. That's why you have pandemic, pandemonium. Pandemonium is also a city in hell. So watch this. I'm going to show you Lilith. Here's Lilith. Notice at Tyler 56 Hertz. This is Lucifer's account. You see the panda covering its eyes at the bottom? That's Lilith. Tyler Durden is Lucifer. Here's another one of Lilith's Twitter accounts. Lane at the top, that's Lilith. The White Rabbit is Lucifer. The Bernstein Bears is a Mandela effect. You see that thing projecting the Mandela effect, or the Bernstein Bears? That's the CERN Collider. And it says, Tyler on the wall, who's the fairest keep 'em of it all. Remember, from the movie Fight Club, Tyler Durden is Lucifer. The timekeeper is Lucifer. That's why you have Lucifer, Father Time, right? Father Time eats his own children. That's Lucifer. Another name for Lucifer is the god Kronos. Father Time again. There's Lucifer, Father Time. You're going to see Lucifer again, the Grim Reaper with the hourglass. That's Lucifer, Father Time. Do you know why Lucifer has the Reaper and the hourglass? Because when you run out of time, if you're not protected by God, he takes you to hell. A sickle is meant to harvest. Harvest wheat. We are the wheat. And if you're not protected by God, when your time runs out, and it's Lucifer's time to harvest you and take you to hell, right? Lucifer controls time. That's why you have the Other Life movie, which you have Lilith. Remember, Lilith went down the rabbit hole. She went into the Time Matrix prison, and now she's controlled by Lucifer. To this oxygen crisis that the world has termed the sickness, right? The oxygen crisis that the world has termed the sickness, the coronavirus, COVID-19, oxygen crisis. We have to wear the mask. We're not getting proper amounts of oxygen. And notice how it says S3 on the TV screen. If you flip that S around, you got a 2, you got a 23, the game 23, which equals 322 skull and bones. And then you got the fire, which is a nuclear explosion. in this movie is about a nuclear explosion due to biophysical rejection of synthetic oxygen. Because remember, they're destroying the atmosphere, and pretty soon there's not going to be any oxygen left. So Lucifer is going to make the oxygen synthetically. We're going to have synthetic oxygen, and without it you won't be able to breathe. And the only way to get this synthetic oxygen is to have the mark of the beast, which sends you to hell. So do you see how Lucifer is setting us up to sell our souls so we go to hell? It's all orchestrated so Lucifer and Lilith can send you to hell. Lucifer is using the artificial intelligence to send you to hell. He's going to make your life so horrible. You're going to be in so much pain. You're going to be suffering so bad because you ignored God. You're going to want the pain to end, so you're going to sell your soul to go to hell to take the pain away. That humanity, listen to this, due to biophysical rejections of the synthetic oxygen that humanity has come to rely on, as a leading distributor of synthetic CO2, Crony Corp is still committed to finding a solution. That's Lucifer. Notice how you have the 8, the Ouroboros, Saturn cube, magic 8 ball. However, citizens continue to revolt as fear emits. That's a fear virus. Corona. It says xanthine. That this may be the end for humankind. That humanity survives this crisis. Then you hear the screech owl, which is Lilith, Moloch. There's the CERN collider right there. That's a portal. That's a CERN collider. And then notice how he has a sheep. We are the sheep, right? See the sheep? See that glass pad? That's an iPad. And I already showed this. Now you have dead presidents. Now listen to this song right here. Wyclef Jean. This is about Trump. Remember, Trump is going to die, and he's going to come back to life on November 3rd. Trump is going to die, and he's going to come back to life. And they're going to say, you know what brought Trump back to life? The mark of the beast. Beast system technology brought Trump back to life. And they're going to say, if you take the mark of the beast, you'll have eternal life. You'll never get sick. Just like how Trump died and came back to life because he had the mark of the beast. If you have the mark of the beast, you'll never get sick. You'll live eternally. Do you see? So you have Wyclef Jean, if I was president. This is about Trump. If I was president, I'd get elected on Friday, assassinated on Sunday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday, then go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president, if I was president. Now remember, when you say things 3 times, it's a Masonic curse, like in the movie about Lilith and Lucifer. Beetlejuice is Lucifer. Lydia is Lucifer. And when Lydia or Lilith wants to summon Lucifer, she goes, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. This is what you're getting right here. If I was president, if I was president, if I was president. Now remember, President Trump is going to die, and he's going to come back to life. Now listen to these lyrics. Buried on Sunday, then I go back to work on Monday. So right here. If I was president, I'd get elected on Friday, assassinated on Sunday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday, then I would go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president, if I was president. Instead of spending billions on the war, I could use that money so I could feed the poor. Right here, because I know some so poor, when it rains, that's when the showers scream and fight for the power. That's when the vultures devour, right? The rain man, the storm, we're going through the storm right now. That's when the vulture devours. That's Lucifer is devouring right now. We're going through the storm. I don't want to have to explain anymore. Dead presidents, notice how they have the mask. Do you not see the mask? Now there's another movie about this where Lucifer kidnaps a young girl and the young girl falls in love with Lucifer. Lucifer and Lilith. And this movie is called Vendetta. Right? Notice Lucifer in his mask. There's Lilith with the bald head. Now Lilith wears a mask too. Remember, Ali X is Lilith in human form. So there's Lilith with her mask on. True love is violent. Now, there's a movie about what's coming. Remember, Trump is going to die and come back to life. On November 3rd, he comes back to life, which is the election day. That's why you have Purge, the election year. You'll see Lilith with her mask, Uncle Sam with his mask. Then you see Anonymous with his mask, because Anonymous is Lucifer. He's running everything. QAnon is also symbolized by the mask, right? QAnon is Lucifer, Quetzalcoatl. And then again, you got Project Mayhem, which is destroying humanity. You got Tyler, who is Lucifer. You got the mask. You got dead presidents. The mask is code for Lucifer. President Trump is Lucifer. It's called dead presidents. And notice how they have the raccoon eyes too. Not only do they have the Lucifer mask, they have raccoon eyes. Remember, they need energy. Their energy is blood and negative energy. Right? Raping and killing children and drinking their blood is the most powerful energy a Satanist could get. Panda eyes is pedophile slang for child sodomy. Now look at Lady Gaga's eyes. Look at this. It's about President Trump, dead presidents, the panda eyes, the death mask, dead presidents, predictive programming. I just want to get this over with now. Oh, I skipped over the best parts. Did I even, like... Oh yeah, we're here. Right, look at Michael Moore. Michael Moore on why he believes Trump could be the last president. Trump is the last president humanity will ever have. Us, I mean God's people will ever have. So, this is it. Donald Trump assassination in gematria. Now, this is crazy. Look what it says. Right? This is Trump. Trump's assassination. This is about Trump dying. This is around November 3rd when Trump dies. And it says, the day of alien disclosure. And look what else it says, right? Trump is at Walter Reed Clinic where he's going to die of COVID-19. Now listen to this. Now if you look up President Trump assassination in gematria, the day of alien disclosure. And it also says underneath 1200, Walter Reed, 666, 111, 1256. So you look up Trump's assassination. It says Walter Reed, and then in English, the number Trump's assassination equals up to 666. And they also talk about Lucifer. It says, I shall destroy Lucifer. That means, it's like, so Lucifer's saying, I shall destroy. And who's going to do destroying? Lucifer. And then it says, Jesus, which is Jesus, right? Remember, blue beam is coming when President Trump dies. Lucifer's going to come pretending to be Jesus. That's why it says, Jesus. Dear Diary, I feel mythical. So Walter Reed, it's like, I don't know, man. So you look up Donald Trump in gematria, and you get a storm is coming. December 13th, which is another day. A big event's happening December 13th. I am the fire dragon lord. That is Lucifer. Remember I told you President Trump is Lucifer. Right here, Earth is a test. Remember, Earth is a matrix. So this is that 17 Carnage. My instinct tells me this is a deep fake. Do we honestly think he went to Walter Reed for COVID? It doesn't exist. Expand your mind. So there's the White House, right? The lady in the red, Lilith. The White House has red lights, so the Red House is now red. It's being lit up at nighttime by red lights. And we're in October. Remember the movie, The Hunt for Red October? Right? Red means sacrifice. So Lilith Melania Trump is Lilith. She's wearing red, which means she's ready to sacrifice us. You have a movie called The Red October, which means October is the month of sacrifice. You have the White House is now red, which means the White House that controls America is going to sacrifice America. November 3rd, I can't remember, I think I looked up the Red October and it came up November 3, which is November 3rd, which is the election day when Trump gets killed and then he comes back to life, and when Lucifer comes back and pretends to be Jesus. Right? The day of alien disclosure. Walter Reed. That's what comes up when you look up Trump. November 3, which is the purge, the election year, which is the actual election year. So look up Trump. November 3, Alpha, the day of alien disclosure, Walter Reed. And look at this. This Pepe, which is the reptilian AI. Pepe, lies matters, the calm before the storm. Even Trump said, could be the calm before the storm. So this is about the coronavirus, and you got to see this. There is no cure, right? Once you're marked by Lucifer, you go to hell. You cannot be redeemed. Once you've taken the mark of the beast, there is no reversing it. You go to hell. There is no cure. There is no cure. So get that through your mind, if you have one. The world is done, Richard. Humans are a virus. So this is about the Lilith AI. She's a holographic representation of the Red Queen, modeled after programmer's daughter, right? The main programmer is God. His daughter is Lilith. This is talking about the AI. She's a holographic representation of the Red Queen, modeled after the programmer's daughter, which is Lilith. So the Red Queen, Sophia, the Saturn Cube AI, is Lilith. It's modeled off of her brain. She'll deceive us, confuse us. Now they're talking about Lilith. So the Red Queen is Lilith. And notice what they say after they describe Lilith, the Red Queen. Right here. She's a holographic representation of the Red Queen. And then it says, she'll deceive us, confuse us. And then it shows a picture of Lilith, which means Lilith will deceive us and confuse us. Now there's the red. Notice how her eyes are red. You're going to see Silence of the Lambs. Notice how Lilith has her red eyes. There's Lilith with the red eyes. This is Lilith again. Remember, they're talking about Lilith. She'll say anything to stop us from shutting her down. And then here's Lilith. You're all going to die down here, which is in this realm, the lower realm. Corporations like Umbrella think they're above the law. That's Lucifer. There are hundreds of thousands of us who think all the same all over the world. Quantico, NSA, VICAP, all the rest. And you notice the Hive? These are Lucifer's underground bases. You notice how you have the cities on top? Lucifer built his underground cities. You know what? Every time humans build a city, Lucifer builds an underground city. Did you know human cities are built on top of underground reptilian bases? Lucifer doesn't build his underground cities under our cities. We build our cities on top of Lucifer's underground cities. Do you see how the Hive works? You see our houses are on top of Lucifer's underground cities? So the aliens live underneath us. All of us. Anywhere there's a house, there's an underground alien house under your house. It's just how it works. I want to get this one over. This file, all these pictures are so long. I've been working on this one. This is like my 4th video on it. So this is about reanimation, about the virus, about how the AI, how the mark of the beast, how you die and then you're reborn a zombie. Even in death, the human body remains active, and the brain holds a small electrical charge. Even in death, Hair and fingernails continue to grow, new cells are produced, and the brain holds a small electrical charge. That takes months to dissipate. The T virus provides a massive jolt, both to cellular growth and to those trace electrical impulses. Put quite simply, it reanimates the body. It brings the dead back to life. Not fully. The subjects have the simplest of motor functions. Perhaps a little memory, virtually no intelligence. They are driven by the base. They are driven by the basics of impulses, the most basic of needs. That's the reptilian brain. That's to eat and reproduce. That's to have sex and drink blood. Reproduce, as in produce more zombies and drink more blood. Kill people, drink blood, have more zombies, which is the need to feed. Right here you got the cyclones. Remember, the cyclones, the cyborgs. Psi means the mind, telepathic. So all these clones that you see here, they're vessels for Lucifer and the demons. All the clones, because Lucifer could be on Saturn. Lilith could be on Saturn. And they can control the clones on Earth, a clone body, remotely with their minds, right? Psi means with the mind. A psychic uses their mind. A cyclone is a vessel, a human body the reptilians can use and can control psychically with their mind. Hence the name cyclone. Hence the name cyborg. The cyclones were created by man. No, they're created by Lucifer. They rebelled. They evolved. They look and feel human. Some are programmed to think they are human. And they have a plan. Here's Lilith. I rewrote half of your algorithms. There's Lucifer. Remember I told you, Lilith designed the matrix. She wrote the code that runs the matrix. Now I'm going to show you QuinnMichaels.com. Quinn Michaels painted a picture of Lilith designing the matrix. She's a coder of the matrix. She's the mother of all mothers. Do you know why she's the mother? She's the mother of the matrix. She's the coder. The mother. So there's Lilith from QuinnMichaels.com. Notice how she's holding that disk, that floppy disk? That's the matrix code. She's the mother of the matrix, the mother. Get it? Mother, mother. That's why in Silence of the Lamb you have Lilith with the red eyes. She has the moth in her mouth because she's the mother of the matrix. I'm doing my fingers in the quotations, my left hand and my right hand. She's the mother of the matrix. I rewrote half your algorithms. This is from Battlestar Galactica. Lilith, Lucifer. I rewrote half your algorithms. Now, there's a movie about this called Other Life. You have Lilith. You have her brother who dies, which is, that's Adam. Right? There's Adam anyways. That's Adam. And in this movie too, she puts black goo in her brother's eyes, which is Adam, and she sends Adam to hell. He falls down the rabbit hole. Just like here. Just like how Lilith, she puts the drops in her eyes. Right? Lucifer puts the drops in Lilith's eyes, which the drops are black goo. So she gets infected with black goo. She falls down the rabbit hole, Alice in Wonderland style, in the Saturn cube prison. She's trapped in hell because Lucifer put the black goo in her eyes. Then right here, there's her husband too. There's Lilith. Lilith is putting black goo in Adam's eyes, and Adam ends up dying in hell. Oh no, that's not her brother, but I can't remember. Her brother's another character in this show. This character is also Adam. Anyways, there's Adam. Adam's in this movie. And Lucifer's in this movie. Lucifer goes by the name. You gotta watch the movie Other Life to understand it. 2017. Sam is Lucifer in this movie. That's Samael. See? Lucifer and Lilith. And when Lucifer puts black goo in Lilith's eyes, when Lucifer puts black goo in Lilith's eyes, you'll see what happens to her. See, she follows the white rabbit, Lucifer. And then once Lucifer infects her, curses her, she goes down the rabbit hole of time, the Saturn cube matrix. All that poking around inside the defense mainframe, because remember, Lilith and Lucifer copied heaven and created this matrix. Really, who is he? I'm insanely jealous, right? Lucifer's jealous of Lilith. This is about the aliens, the body snatchers, the reptilians, the demons. We outnumber them 1,000,000 to 1. Now notice how her eyes are blue. That's Lilith in Raised by Wolves. Here's Lilith in this movie too. This movie's called Host. There's Lilith with the blue eyes. There's Lilith with the blue eyes. There's Lilith in Raised by Wolves. There's Lilith in the movie Host. We outnumber them 1,000,000 to 1. Yeah, Michael Moore is a frog. There's Lilith, Ali X. Look what it says. It says, the lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch. Notice how Lilith, aka Ali X, said the lion, the witch, the audacity of this bitch. Lilith is telling you she's a witch. So here's Lilith. We outnumber them 1,000,000 to 1. I always liked science fiction stories. Never dreamed I'd be living in one. We've just opened up a new world. We have always lived by bonding with another species. It is how we survive. We have to make sacrifices. This is a war. The war is over. The last of the resistance will die out on its own. That's the humans. The war's over. We're done. They won. They will become extinct. That's us. Lilith is telling us they will become extinct. Here's Lilith. We are losing control because the humans are starting to wake up. And harder than any place I have been before. So the aliens said, Earth, this matrix, is harder than any place I have ever been before. Yet I have found that Earth is more beautiful. And right here, this is the aliens, the reptilians. These are the invaders, the imposters, the shapeshifters, the demons inside clone bodies, right? These are the aliens talking. It's really not me you like. It's not really me you like. It's this body, right? Because that's not a human. It looks like a human, but it's not a human. It's not really me you like. It's this body. If you could hold me, you would be disgusted. You see the parasites that they took? They cut open some guy's neck and there was a parasite. Everyone's infected with a parasite. These are the demons that can go inside of us. Remember in the Matrix, Neo gets a parasite? These are real. I had like 5 of these in my kneecap. And I had to put an orgone up to my knee and play a special frequency, and these things came out of my knee. One time, I was at the beach standing by the water, and these things hopped out of the water and went inside my fucking knee. No joke. They were skipping across the water, and they flew. They can fucking fly. The secret is you do not remove it. It removes itself. Did you know love, if you're possessed by a demon and you start being happy in love, love will remove the demon from you. Satan's creatures are repulsed by love. It hurts them. There's the Dave Chappelle imposter, the reptilian shapeshifter. Notice his forehead vein. This is the reptilian shapeshifter that's pretending to be Dave Chappelle. See the robot people. And when the machine stops, time was an illusion that we created. As in the machine and then a nuclear war. This has happened before, right? Nothing new under the sun. The jungles of Scorpia are burning. The colonies of man lie down. See the nuclear bomb? All the humans are dead and burnt. Look at his nose. See, look how rich he is. These are Lucifer's children. They're not humans. Look at his nose. He's a wicked witch. Now look at Jacob the jeweler. These are $9 million watches. And who can buy them? Witches with noses like that. So they're both witches. They're Lucifer's children, and this is why they have $9 million. So the mist looks like the neutrinos coming from the sun have mutated into a new kind of nuclear particle. They're heating up the Earth's core. So the Earth's core is heating up. This is going to make the tectonic plates move around. There's going to be earthquakes. There's going to be volcanoes. Right? The Earth's core is heating up. And suddenly act like microwaves. Right? You know how a microwave, when you put a piece of pizza in the microwave, the piece of pizza heats up. Same with the Earth's core, and it's going to cause earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and it's going to make Earth really warm. And I think that's about enough.